Hey, this is Ben Solomon, and welcome to this episode of the Techno Leadership Show. In this episode, I want to talk about a general thing of keeping your organization informed of tech initiatives and communicating value. What do I mean by this? There tends to be a bit of a void or a gap between all the things that we do as a tech department and what every other department in the business knows of what we're doing. And when we don't communicate that across to them, they have this feeling that we're just sitting in front of the computer all day doing nothing. The perception that IT staff, technology staff, are just sitting in front of their computers all day and doing nothing is rampant. Like every business that I've worked in so far, close to 20 years of being in this space, every business has had that perception of, oh, what do you guys do all day sitting in front of the computer? Initially in my career, I didn't understand the thing. I'm sitting here trying to fix things. I'm trying to set up servers. I'm, doing all these other things. Because their jobs might involve, moving around, doing all these things, and, they have this, they might move stuff around, talk to people here and there, and that's their quote-unquote work. But for us, we're usually sitting in one place and dealing with issues all over the organization from our one computer, especially with remote access of our servers and infrastructure and everything. We can do all of that from one spot. We don't have to move around. So in those sort of circumstances, how do we communicate the value that we bring? Because there is this tendency for everyone in the organization, even from the CEO down to the janitor, who has this feeling of, what do you guys do all day? You're just sitting in front of the computer. I've had, people say that. And my thing is, hey, my job involves everything on the computer. Everything that I do involves me working from there. Even if I'm talking to a vendor on the phone, I'm like doing something there to then ask them the right questions or doing whatever it might be. So yes, that is an integral part of what I do. And especially when I was more tech focused, that I was always having to be on the computer. Yes, I would, when I had help desk rotations or things like that, be in the front, get a device, do work, whatever it might be. But as I moved into more infrastructure and systems and networks, that, became less. And then when I got into management, yes, there was a lot of interfacing that needed to be done with users. But that's when I really understood how to utilize communication, i.e. emails, any opportunities, to discuss, and any opportunities that you have to be part of executive meetings and things like that, to share what's going on with the team, what kind of initiatives we're working on, what the benefit of those initiatives are. And I learned, because I was learning marketing, sales, and copywriting outside of hours, because I was building my own business as well on the side, it meant I understood the principles of marketing and advertising and PR and all those sort of things, which is speak in benefits, not in facts, and like utilize facts, but not just factual things. So when I went into meetings like that, I'd say, yeah, we're working on this project, which is the factual thing. And then what it's going to do is all these benefits for the organization. It's going to help improve productivity. It's going to improve this. It's going to improve the reliability that we have of systems. And all these issues that we saw last week would be reduced by having this project completed. So that meant they could see what my team was doing. They could see the benefit that we were bringing. We were just sitting, quote unquote, sitting in front of the computers all day, but we were bringing all this benefit to the organization. We were making all these things happen that they could then benefit from in whatever roles they were in, whether they were the CEO, whether they was, CFO, whatever it might be, could benefit from, or even the layperson who's in the reception could benefit from, because of all these things that we were doing, all these projects that we were doing, all these things that we were, on in front of computers all day doing. So we have to, because of the nature of the work that we do, because of the nature of the misunderstanding of what we do and what reality is, people don't understand that, and we have to keep communicating how we bring value to the organization, to the whole organization. It might be a weekly newsletter of sorts, it might be a monthly newsletter of sorts, some form of communication with the whole organization saying, hey, this is where we are at with this project. When it's completed, these are the benefits you're going to be getting. But we are at the moment working on, training, either if it's going to be face-to-face training or if it's going to be a video training that you've created. One of the things that I liked doing was doing small video trainings and putting them in email saying, hey, in preparation for getting all these benefits, I've created this small training, have a look at it, and if you have any questions, let me know so that I can improve the training, so that I'm getting some engagement from them as well, being part of that. We played a part in getting this project done. So getting that sort of engagement is beneficial as well. So hopefully that gives you some ideas of how to keep the organization informed. So if you have opportunity to speak with executive teams in some form of meeting, or even if you're having direct conversations, bring things up saying, hey, yeah, we're working on this project, and these are the potential benefits that we're going to see. And it also means that the issue that we saw last week when this happened, we'll have a higher likelihood of that not happening in the future. All those sort of things, communicate them in value form, in benefit form, that they can understand in simple life form. They don't really care about the fact that you're putting a hyper-converged server infrastructure in place. They don't care about, you're putting level 3 switches in place or anything like that. What they do care about is, things are going to be reliable, they're going to be more accessible, they're going to be faster, they're going to be better. That's what they care about. Give them what they care about, do what we need to do to get the things that they care about. So that's pretty much it. So communicate as much as possible. If possible, a short weekly email is great. If that is too much email in your organization, at least once a month, some form of a summary update of what has been accomplished, what you're working on, and what's coming in the future, and any sort of engagement in between saying, hey, we've got this training for you that'll help you bridge the gap, sort of thing, and get people involved. And also having evangelists in your organization that work with you in some form, being there to evangelize for you and for the work that you do with the various departments in the organization, is also very, very, very helpful. So hopefully that helps you out. Hopefully that's given you a couple of ideas on how you can keep the lines of communication open, and how you need to communicate in benefits and terms that non-technical people are going to understand, because they don't really care about the technical whatever you're doing, but they care about the benefit that they get. And having a fairly regular form of communication with others in the organization, and utilizing those communication methods, whether it's one-on-one with your CEO or CTO, whatever it might be, or any emails that you send around. Utilize that as well to praise your team members, people who've done great work, what they've accomplished, because people on the outside are not going to see your system admin having improved reliability in your systems, or your network admin who's secured your network even further, protecting data, whatever it might be. Praise them and utilize these channels to sort of say, hey, when this issue happened, we noticed that there was a opportunity for us to improve. This person who's our network engineer stepped in and redesigned this and has created this solution, and the benefit of that solution is these are the benefits you're going to get because of the work that this person's done. Do that, and that's going to help improve perception of other staff on what the department does, It'll improve the respect that people have for you as a department and as a team. So hopefully that helps you out. I wish you all the best in your journey as a tech professional, manager, and leader. If you like this episode, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, do hit the subscribe button so that you're notified of future episodes as they are released. I look forward to talking to you in a future episode. Take care.